Good morning, it's May 30th. I want to share with you my mistakes. I learn best by my mistakes. What am I doing right now? I'm watering my pumpkins. Can you see this? Yep, I'm watering my pumpkins. Let me show you how and why. Because you're probably thinking, Mark, there's no pumpkins there. No, I'm not smoking the wacky tobacco. I'm watering my pumpkins. Check this out. Okay, we talk about rototilling. We talk about the roots of the plant. The roots are growing out just like a tree. They're growing out. Okay, this plant they're growing out ahead of the plant. All right, so these roots, the stumps here, the crowns here, the roots are growing with the plant. They're growing this way. This plant is, I don't know now, these are 3 feet apart, 39 inches apart. 3, 6, 9, 12. This plant's over 12 foot long, 13 feet, over 13 feet long. It's doing okay, but I noticed there's some burn. If you look down on the leaves, there's burn on some of the leaves. It hasn't been that hot. I'm equating this burn to the roots hitting dry soil. We had a long period. We haven't got a lot of rain. And what you have back here is these roots are trying to grow. We did get some rain. It rained hard once or twice a few weeks ago. Good and hard and heavy. So these roots have entered the lawn area, but now wait, they dried out. The soil dried back out because now we're in a dry snap. So now you have roots hitting dry soil, hence the scorched leaf, because it hasn't been that hot. We had like 1 or 2 hot days. That's not when those leaves were scorched. So if we come around here, I can show you my garden. Look how dry this is. This is my cover crop. It's so dry. Didn't keep it watered. I tried to in the beginning. It's dry. All right. So here's my drip tape irrigation. I was a little late getting it up. Haven't used drip tape irrigation in like 7 or 8 years. Both my state records, the 1,947 pound Clements in 2014 and my 2,043 pounder in 2017, both of those were on drip tape, and I haven't used drip tape since. But you can see over here on this side of the plant, there's less burn. We still got a little. There's a little there, a little there. I can zero in, show it to you right there. See that little bit of burn on the bottom of that leaf there. A little over here. A little on that one there. Underneath, I'll show you a little closer shot. I'll slow this camera down a little bit. All right. I'm equating that to the roots back here. I had this drip tape in a timely manner, kind of the last minute, but I got it there in time, I believe. But these roots are hitting this dry soil out here in the lawn. That's why I really don't like planting at the edge. I like to plant out in the middle. I've done it the last 2 years in the middle of the garden. It's easier to keep it all watered in a radius around your plant. Here's my embarrassment. Clementine. This, I did not get the drip tape down as quickly. And now look at this. This plant is ugly. Those leaves are due to roots hitting dry soil. Why did I let that happen? I'm busy. I have to go do stuff. I got other places to go. Look at that out there. It's miserable. I had cut this vine off, the main vine, and split the plant 2 ways for the 2 pumpkins at 1 plant contest. But out here, as you can see, this drip tape was just laid a few days ago, 4 or 5 days ago. And I've started watering this area, but I notice it hasn't snapped out of this leaf burn. Hence, last night I dropped a couple of 5-gallon buckets here of water, and I'm now watering. This morning I'm watering this back here. I'm watering the lawn. And you come back in a few days, I'll make another video in a few days. This thing's going to snap out of it. But I don't like it. It's May 30th. This is an ugly plant. The ugly plant contest. I'm going to plant a backup pumpkin out here, coming back this direction, and start watering it, just in case this doesn't snap out of this. But I'm quite convinced this is the problem here. The problem is Don't forget to water your lawn behind your plants. If it's not raining, if you get regular rain, you'll be okay. I've learned this theory a long time ago. That's why I asked Matthias Willihames, grew a world record, 2,624 pounds, I believe it was, and he grew it in a greenhouse. The greenhouse was backed up like this to a lawn, but he had a hoop house. It was grown inside in Belgium. And I asked the question, did you water behind the plant? A lot of people are rototilling out here in their garden. They're rototilling out here and their plants this big. You are chopping up your root system. All right. E-Ride tells me, oh, my rototiller don't go down 6 inches. Well, then you're not using it right. If you're letting your rototiller go down 6 inches and you're only chopping off the top 3, you're still chopping up your roots. Don't be rototiller happy. I'd rather see this out here than be rototiller happy. You got to stay ahead of the plant. Throw it on your drip tape. Here we are, May 30th. I'm happy with this plant. It's not a disaster, but I'm watering the lawn before it becomes a disaster because those roots are trying to head out. If they can't, they have to turn around and come back this way, but that's a struggle. That's going to struggle. It's going to delay your plant. Don't delay your plant. All right, I'm done ranting. Leave your comments below. What have you discovered? I see this happening in a lot of young plants. I'll stop the Bubba rant, but I see this going on in a lot of young plants. I see young plants and people are saying, what am I doing wrong? You're not watering out far enough. You got to water more and out far enough. If your plant's 3 foot long, you should be dumping 20 gallons of water out, farther out. Keep the moisture ahead of the plant. You don't want your roots hitting dry soil, and the moisture has to get down deeper. These roots will grow 3 feet deep if they can. If you don't hit a hard pan, if they hit a hard pan, they're going to hit the hard pan and go sideways, horizontal. But if there's no hard pan, which I don't have a hard pan here, I haven't found it yet. If there's a hard pan, I haven't found the hard pan. They're going to keep going down, but there needs to be moisture down there for them to be able to go down. All right, leave your comments below, questions and comments below, helping the new grower discover how these giant pumpkin plants grow. May 30th, water your lawn video. Oh, and tomorrow's the deadline. If you want to grow 2 pumpkins on 1 plant, try to win the $500. Tomorrow's the deadline, June 1st. I may extend it out a few days if you want to get in. There's only like 10 people in the contest. So, hey, and I don't know any heavy hitters in it. If you want to do 2 pumpkins on 1 plant, all right, let's see how big can we get them. All right, talk to you soon. Thanks for growing with Bubba. Join us. Bubba. They keep it a secret, home and garden. Keep it a secret, but go tell a friend. Jack and Bubba are rocking the world with videos. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Right. We're building an access basement door for this arch, and we had to seal it up. Water's been barreling down. This will seal it up, and then I will put my cedar trim on top, and we will actually shave off the foam after it hardens, and we'll put Vulcum caulk on top, which is a polyurethane, or better, polyurethane on steroids. This will seal it up, so when the water comes down, it's just going to run off and not go into the stairwell. Genius, I tell you. Great product. I love it. Great stuff. Awesome product. This is also great for fish ponds because it doesn't kill your fish. No chemicals are given off that kill the fish. But I found another purpose for it. Fixing the old farmhouse.